Brethren, I pray you sing a new song. Sing praise in the assembly of the righteous. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let the high praise of God be on the mouths of the saints and a two-edged sword in their hands to execute vengeance on the demonic nations and punishments on those peoples, to bind their kings with chains. This honor have all his saints. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Sing to him a new song.
Every day, bro. We making sure, even if we do it in an allegorical way, we playing with each other, bro, we checking each other. Because there's even seriousness to jokes.
Every joke has a,
all right.
I just wanted to come over here and say that I've been paying attention to y'all. I know y'all got the Lord, and I am too. And I'm grateful for what y'all doing. Is y'all being young people, because you don't find too many young people who's putting their life back. I thank God every morning to wake me up. That's why you see me exercising my body. You know, I'm 57 years old, I'm trying to see six. But I just want to say God be with y'all and God bless y'all and keep on doing y'all work.
Do you know how to repent?
Oh, I repent to him every day.
Can you show us how you repent? How do you repent?
Oh, you have to pray to him and ask him to forgive you for all your sins. We're gonna make sin.
This shit happening. This shit popping right now. So.
We're born to sin, but we have to ask him for forgiveness for our
violence. There's already violence around.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
What is sin?
What is sin? It's when we've been out here in this devil world. That's sin.
And we're gonna show you in the
Bible. When we do wrong in God's eyes,
you know
that's sin. We have to bow down.
I know,
but it's kind of like a gray area. We wouldn't really talk what was sin.
Hey,
all right, watch this. This is what sin is.
We're gonna keep going.
Okay, but watch this. We gotta start from the bottom and understand, so we know what we actually praying for the Most High and asking forgiveness from.
Yeah.
So what is sin?
But
Read
see,
that.
another thing. See, these Bibles that they got out today, I want to tell you that too.
1 second.
This is the new version of me putting things together.
1 second,
this
please.
is the new version.
Please.
I come from the old version.
Okay, and what is that?
The old verse.
Yeah.
The old verse is where Jesus. Okay,
See?
I have to be careful because I've been here before. That's why I'm here.
Okay, well, let us show you, bro. We trying to tell you.
This is 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4.
This is what sin is, bro.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
For what?
For sin is the transgression of the law.
So that's what sin is. You got commandments. Like you're supposed to grow your beard out. You can't shave your beard. That's a commandment. Hey, you got to wear fringes. That's a commandment. If you found lacking and you're not keeping those commandments, then you find yourself in sin. And that's when you turn to the east, you pray to the Most High, make some supplication to the Most High and ask forgiveness of your sin. And then what? And then you change and go do it again. You can't just ask for forgiveness and keep doing the same thing. That's not really repenting. If you ask for forgiveness again, you go do it again.
So look, I'm gonna show.
That's not repentance. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna get you what repentance is as a definition.
But I'm just waiting.
No, the Zondervan.
But y'all have a blessed day.
So look, I want to get one more scripture for you. Get that 1 Corinthians right quick, 3 and 16. We're talking about. So listen to this.
This is 1 Corinthians 3, verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you.
Right, so these people on this sign right here is the temple of God. You are considered a Negro, right? So you be from the tribe of Judah. So you are the temple of God. You are here to praise the Most High's God's name, show for his glory, and all these different things. You are. So you will be considered the temple of God. Go ahead.
If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy.
Right, so there's many ways you can defile your temple. Smoking, eating unclean things, doing unclean things. So it says that if you continue to smoke, the Most High God is going to destroy you for it. And we just hear we messages. We're here to tell you, no respect of person. We're not trying to.
But also, that's man in the Bible tell you that, but you have to see the Spirit of the Lord inside your body, see how He works for your soul inside.
Well, we can't negotiate what that scripture said. It's clear.
See, that's how you feel the Lord. That's what I'm trying to tell you now. You have the Spirit, feel the Spirit inside your soul. If your Spirit inside your soul say, okay, I'm gonna put it in a example like this. Like if you finna go across the street, and you just go on drop street, and I've been, but if something inside you say, hold up, wait, look both ways, that's God's telling you.
Okay, I understand it, but
just go on and do on.
I'm gonna give you something that what you just said, and you, I understand, but what you just said, I'm gonna throw it back at you. You just said you was walking because you was trying to exercise yourself. How are you doing that with a cigarette in your hand? How are you doing that with a cigarette in your hand?
Because of God's spirit.
But I'm saying though, how are you exercising but you got a cigarette in your hand? That's not exercising though. So you're it's really vain what you're doing. And we're not trying out here to try to blast anybody or anything. We're just trying to show you.
God still keep me lifted up. I know it's wrong for me. But God also, He knows what I need and He knows what I don't need.
You gotta fly?
Yeah, you gotta fly.
All right, this is 2nd Ezra 7,
I'm
verse 20.
57 years old and He's been holding me very, very good.
For there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of God that is set before them. For God hath given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment.
To avoid punishment, and for to avoid punishment, He said not to defile your temple. Let me get one more.
I got it, bro. You got it.
Go ahead.
Hey, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 30, verse 15. It says, health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body hath infinite wealth. So you're supposed to, your body is a temple, like the brother said. Your body is worth more than anything you could imagine. It's worth more than precious gold, man. So you're supposed to deal with your body with tender love. It's not even your body, man. That's the Most High body.
I know.
And you're not supposed to be doing that to His temple. You can't do that to your temple, man. To the Most High's temple. And whether you hearken and you listen and you understand it, you agreeing with us, but if you really agree with us and you really understand, you would throw that cigarette down and step on it.
God.
You would throw it down and step on it if you really believed in the Most High, man.
You got it. You can do it.
If you really believed in the Word of
But
God,
also God cleans my soul. It's the way
see, she trying to make a way to. You can't justify the wicked.
Hey, but get that. Proverbs 17:15.
You can't justify something wicked, man. Proverbs 17:15. You can't do that.
Hey, it's some things are hard.
He in the background trying to finish it.
Some things are harder than others. This is proving your faith and how much you really love God. Something, man. Hey, we all dealt with stuff that it was hard to stop doing, but we had to stop.
Thanks.
If you really love God and you believe that Bible, where it said you defile your temple, He gonna destroy you, and you will throw that cigarette down and smash it.
I'm gonna be honest. The Bible that brought out today ain't the Bible that I was raised.
Okay. So with that, brother, you got any questions?
God bless y'all.
You ain't got no questions? So you understand what we was just telling her about smoking, right?
Yeah, I understand. I hear you.
So you understand the Most High God gonna destroy you for smoking, right?
Yeah, Isaiah 5:2.
Doesn't say that specifically.
Okay,
if I
read
keep
it
my
again.
body straight though, I'm smoking. You can't say that.
So let me ask you this: health. Let's deal with health. Do you see a boxer smoking weed?
You don't know.
Do you though?
Hold on, can I ask a question?
You don't see it because they don't support. They don't
Hey, hold
support
on.
that for people to see on TV.
Hey, you may be right, but what are you smoking right now? You smoking tree?
Yup.
All right, give me Genesis 1:29. We're gonna deal with it, man. We're gonna deal with it. You feel like weed is good for your health?
I don't feel like it's good for my health. I feel like it's good for your mental health.
Do you for real? So, you know, I used to smoke weed, bro. No shame. You know, but I came out of that. But why do you smoke weed, though? Why do you smoke weed? Let's get down to the root of the
I got
problem.
like anxiety and
You
stuff
got,
like that.
so you dealing with anxiety, what else?
Some kind of depression.
Depression.
Like I'm bipolar.
And hold on, hey, bipolar.
So it just be like.
So
anytime,
you feel like smoking weed is a long-term resolution for your problems? No, turning to the Most High is gonna change all of that. You using smoking to justify being wicked?
I'll be playing this shit though.
You using weed to try and heal your problems, bro.
Yeah, that's what it,
You
I feel
can't
like it was
use
here for.
weed to bring you back to
It's
health.
not like a drug that's.
You can't use weed
by
to
man.
medicate depression.
It's a
You
drug
can't
that was
use weed
already here.
to medicate anxiety. You go to the Most High.
Tobacco was too.
You go to the, and tobacco, and look, bro, when you smoke weed, is it good for your lungs?
I'm not saying that is.
We all know it
good
don't.
for your
You can
lungs.
look it up on Google right
But
now.
look, think about this. If you look at the world differently, like
If you
scared-
look at
if
the-
you're scared of dying like that, then you would be scared of. Oh, now my lungs is. Now I can't.
Bro,
do
who
something.
said anything about being
Think
scared
about
of dying?
Hey, the only reason why you not
before
scared
they had medical technology, y'all wouldn't be saying this. Y'all just be preaching about God a different way. But since they got medical technology and everything in the picture.
Hey, we want y'all to hear too. Y'all can get out the car. We ain't gonna harm y'all. We ain't gonna do nothing to y'all.
Y'all gotta say, oh, it's bad for you now. Because the public said it's bad for you, or the government says it's bad for you. Y'all find out it's bad for your lungs technically. You're not supposed to worry about things like that.
Check this out. Hey, for the longest, hey, how old are you?
21.
You 21? Hey, so for the longest time, they would have Tony the Tiger, or whatever his name is, come and teach you that weed is bad for you. It's a gateway drug. Isn't that what we was taught? Weed is a gateway drug. It's bad for you. But then what they do, they turn around and legalize it. Right. Then they turn around and legalize it, and they got you thinking that what you're doing is okay.
I see like
Give me Habakkuk 2:15, man. You know, you really think smoking weed is okay? No, he don't. Bro, you don't really think that.
Bro, you ain't supposed to be.
No. To the government, no. Y'all, if y'all just some government ass motherfuckers.
No, we talking about the Bible. Do you think the Most High approve of you smoking weed? Do you think? What do you think about that? Do you think that God think it's okay for you to smoke weed?
Hey, people do crazy stuff when they hot though.
I'm not doing.
But but how do you know that? I'm gonna show you out of the Bible where smoking weed is not right, where it's unlawful. Let's go back to Genesis 1:29. And let's deal with it. Whether he understand it, hopefully y'all understand it. You know, we teaching people behind the camera too, so we gonna do it for everybody else. Cause he might not, he don't want to get it. So how can you get something and your ears already closed? Read that.
This is Genesis chapter 1 and verse 29.
Bring it out.
And God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed."
He said he giving you. Slide over, bro. Slide over. He said he giving you every herb bearing seed. And what is that talking about though? That could be talking about a lot of stuff, but you got to think about what we do with herb. We call it herb. It bears seed. Read that.
Which is upon the face of all the earth.
It's upon the face of the earth, but what?
And every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed.
Come on.
To you it shall be for meat.
To you it should be for meat. And when it talks about meat in the Bible, it's talking about food. So the herb, if anything, it's not supposed to be digested and go into your lungs. It's supposed to go to your stomach. You're supposed to eat that, if anything. Now, don't get it confused. I'm not saying go make 10,000 edibles and you go, you know, but if anything, you eat that. It's supposed to be for meat. And I'm going to give you another verse to prove that. Go to Genesis. You got Genesis 9? 9:3.
This is Genesis chapter 9, verse 3. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you.
And he said, everything that moveth, it shall be meat for you. It's going to be for food. Go ahead.
Even as the green herb.
Even as the what?
The green herb.
Come on.
Have I given you all things.
So even the green herb is supposed to be eaten. That makes sense? That's not hard to admit. Like, he get it, but he don't want to.
Yeah, he ain't gonna put it down.
And you gotta choose whether you gonna do that or whether you're not gonna do that. Hey, give me Joshua 24:15 again.
Y'all know y'all heritage, believe it.
And what we actually doing is teaching our heritage.
Y'all don't know back.
He don't know that our history go way deeper than slavery. We actually the Israelites. We actually God's chosen people. We not just a bunch of niggas, coons, African American. That's a term they just put on us in the 1980s. That's a new term. What was we before we was African American? What was we before we came into slavery on ships? Where is all of that history? That's in the Bible the whole time. But you know, Pastor Porkchop, Pastor Hands, he don't teach you that in church. He teach you that, look, you a Gentile. But really, you guys chosen people. But he don't want to go to the Old Testament because he under what? The 501c3. They got to teach certain doctrines when you go to camps. Just like it, when you go to certain churches. They don't teach you what the true history, what the true word of the Bible is talking about. That's why you don't ever read the Old Testament. That's why you stuck in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. That's why, hey, Christ even told you he came only for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Grab me that in Matthew. Grab me that in Matthew, and you read that.
This is Joshua chapter 24 and verse 15.
Hey, man, this Bible ain't never lied, man. All of these prophecies been coming to pass. But you know, America promotes this propaganda. You got Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, you know, YouTube. Hey, it's getting to a point as soon as the kids come out the womb, they on YouTube watching videos all day. Mama, can I get your phone? You know what I'm saying? But what is they really teaching us on there? They not teaching you that you God's chosen people, that you above everybody else. Read that.
This is Joshua chapter 24 and verse 15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord.
Hey, and if it seem wrong or evil for you to serve the Lord because he's telling you what you got to do, hey, just like a kid, man. If I'm a dad and I got a son or a daughter, if I tell my kid not to do something like, hey, that stove is hot, don't go over there, you're going to get burned. If they go over and do it, like, damn, man, you don't listen. You hard-headed, and now I got to chasten you. That's what the Most High do when we don't listen. He got to put us in captivity. Now we serving our enemies. Now we serving our oppressors. Read that.
Choose you this day whom you will serve.
Whether
the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites.
Hey, choose who you gonna serve. You gonna serve your God, or you gonna serve all the other gods? And God, that just means power. And your God can be anything. You can worship cars. You can worship your phone. You can worship money. You know, hey, you know, females, they like to worship hair, makeup, eyelashes. Come on, read that.
In whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house.
As for what?
As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
And that's what we out here preaching, man. We out here to deliver the captives, man. To preach liberty to the brokenhearted, man. To teach our people to wake up. Y'all in deep sleep. Give me Isaiah 29:10, man. Because our people don't even know that they sleep, man. I know y'all probably got to go, you know, but if y'all want to stay, y'all more than welcome. If y'all want to go park the car, come back, you know, whatever y'all want to do. But I know, you know, sometimes it's hard to pay attention for a while. Read that, though.
This is Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 10.
And like I said, our people are asleep. And everybody will say, I'm woke this, I'm woke that. But when it come down to it, they don't. And I ask you, bro, who are you? What's your nationality? Watch this. What's your nationality? You black? He not woke. He don't even know that black is just a skin color. How can you be a color? How can that be your nationality? How can that be your bloodline? How can that be your heritage? And he think he woke. I'm woke this, I'm woke that. But really he an Israelite. And we come in different shades of brown. That's true. But you are not a color, bro. You God's chosen people. Give me that.
This is Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 10. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep.
He said he poured out upon us the spirit of deep sleep. And that sleep, not even knowing. Hey, give me Jeremiah 17:4.
Damn, I just had that too.
Give me Jeremiah 17:4, man. That deep sleep, you not knowing who you are, man.
God, it's the book of Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4. It says, and thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
And the Most High gave us a heritage. He gave us laws, statutes, and commandments. He gave us civil laws, laws how to dress yourself. Women's supposed to be in dresses and modest apparel. You're supposed to have your fringes on. You got dietary laws. You got clean and unclean foods. You got civil laws. You got ceremonial laws. It's a lot of different laws, but people look at that like that's a bad thing. But that's a good thing because the Most High chose us and separated us from everybody else and made us special. Once we get our nation in order as the nation of Israel, then that's when we teach everybody else. And we're going to be on top of the world how it was supposed to be from the beginning. That's what it's supposed to be doing. At a point.
And to add on to what he was saying, you already proved that you can follow laws. The fact that America has over 20,000 laws.
God.
The Bible is only 613. You already proved that you can follow America's laws. I'm pretty sure. You felons? Y'all felons? Y'all proved that y'all can follow the laws, America's laws. Even going back to, they got a law where it's illegal to eat a burger backwards. Right. They got over 20,000 laws, but it's only 613, and everybody say they can't follow God's laws though.
Right.
But the old law is done away with because it's too hard to follow.
Hey, so what the brother is saying, it ain't no excuse. If you can follow all of these laws that they set up and wickedness and only for their own greed and only for their own gain, you can serve the Most High. You can keep his laws. You can keep his commandments.
Now, let me finish this. It says, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
He said you would be disconnected from your heritage, meaning you won't know who the hell you are. And I asked him, what is he? He said, I'm black. You won't know who the hell you are. Come on.
It says, I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
And we serving our enemies in a land which we don't know.
And that's what these pictures come from.
Right? This is not our land. This is the Western Hemisphere. We from the East. We from Jerusalem. We from Israel. But you ask him where we from, he gonna say Africa. I'm black. Read that.
God. It says, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger which shall burn forever.
Hey man, and that fire that we kindled in the Most High's anger was us serving other gods, man. Us not obeying him, man. What would he do for us and do all these great things for us if we can't obey simple instructions, man? Hey, give me what I asked you to grab. Isaiah 29:10.
It's Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 10. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and hath closed your eyes.
Hey, he said he poured upon you a spirit of deep sleep. Now, that's not a sleep talking about you laying down in your queen size mattress. You know, you got the fan on high and the window open and you sleep. No, that's a spiritual sleep, and you don't know where the hell you're supposed to be at. Hey, give me Isaiah 3:1, or it's like 1 and 3. Now watch this, bro. Watch this. Give me Isaiah. You grabbing it? Or I can have him grab it. I'm grabbing it. Okay, come on. Hey man, this Bible it holds so much truth. It's crazy, man. And they don't teach you the Bible when you go to church. They don't teach you the Bible. They teach you a doctrine. They teach you a religion. They don't teach you the Bible. Because they know that the Bible is our book, our heritage. And they can't even understand the Bible, man. It wasn't in their spirit. It wasn't engraved in their. And when you engrave, it wasn't written in their spirit to understand the Bible. It's not theirs, man. That's ours. Only ours. That's our God, man. Come on, he don't understand. Come on, read that.
This is Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner.
He said the ox knoweth his owner, and the ox is a dumb animal. Come on.
And the ass his master's crib.
And the ass is another dumb animal, but they know where they belong. Come on.
But Israel does not know.
Hey, Israel don't know where they're supposed to go. At the end of the day, they don't know where home is. They don't know where rest is. You think your rest is here in America? Hell no, you're never gonna be at rest. That's why every day you be like, damn, you know, I just paid my lights off, and then your car catch a flat. Damn, I just got my tire fixed. Damn, this happened next. This is always something, man. If it's not one thing, it's another, because this is now our rest. Come on.
My people does not consider.
They don't even consider what's really going on. What's really going on is that we was brought here on cargo slave ships because we didn't listen to the Most High, man. That's what's going on. And this is not the first time. We went into multiple captivities. Multiple. You got a lot of captivities, man. We went into captivity almost under every people. And they know that if we in captivity, if we in sin, the Most High is not going to be on our side, man. So that's what it comes back to. Keeping the commandments and keeping the faith, man. That's what it comes down to. Give me that in Revelations 14 and 12.
All right, you had me get Romans.
Okay, get that. Go ahead.
And to add on to that also, you gotta look at yourself. We special people as black people. I ask everybody this. Have y'all ever been whooped by some white people? Y'all look at it, I ain't about to get whooped by no white people. So how did they be able to come together and get us to how they had us? Because it's more spiritual. The Most High God gave them the spirit. If you really believe in the Bible, you understand the Most High God put it on their spirit to come get us and do us like that. Because I even said, I ain't getting beat up by no white boy on everything. But the Most High God put it on their spirit to be strong enough to come and conquer us. Right. Even now, even at the bottom, you like, I'll pack a white boy all the way out.
Pack him all the way out. Hey, and just to make it, just to solidify to your mind that this is all in the Bible in Psalms chapter 83, he told you the way that we went into captivity is because all the nations had to do what? They had to come together, and they had to come together under one consent. They had to come together to overthrow the Israelites because they knew that the Most High was on our side. It also told us if we can get them to sin, then the Most High won't deal with them, and we'll be able to overtake them. So that's why they promote it's okay to be gay, it's okay to do drugs, it's okay to be just wicked, man. Because they know the longer we in wickedness, the longer they can have dominion and keep their kingdom and rule over us with a rod of iron, man. But that's not how it's supposed to be. That's not how it's supposed to be.
13 and 11. Where you got the Revelation?
Get Psalms 83 and it's like it and read that.
So this is Romans chapter 13 verse 11. And that knowing that time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
And you keep hearing this word sleep. He said he poured upon us a spirit of deep sleep and closed our prophets and closed our seers and closed our eyes so we wouldn't be able to understand what's going on today. It's getting to a point where we don't even know what we're living for, we just living. But that's not how it's supposed to be. Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, because a lot of people run their life and they, damn, why? Hey, I don't know if you find yourself in a deep thought, you might be in front of the mirror, and you might even be after you finish smoking. You like, damn, so, why am I here?
I'm really in here.
Hey, I'm really in here. What am I supposed to be doing with my life? I know it's something else that I need to be doing. Out working a 9 to 5, that can't be just it for me. People really have them thoughts, but the answer's been in the Bible the whole time. Read that.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Hey, he said, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. What's the big picture? Come on.
Fear God.
He said, hold on. He said, do what?
Fear God and keep his commandments.
For what?
For this is the whole duty of man.
That's the big picture. you fear the Most High, keep his commandments. That's the whole duty of man. Next thing you know, we're going to be ruling over our oppressors, like it tell you in Isaiah 14. Grab that for me. That's the whole duty of man. And it say man because the Bible is written in masculinity. It's because you got an order. You got God, you got Christ, then you got man, then you got women. That's the order. So it's written out to man. But this scripture applies to women too. You're supposed to fear God and keep the commandments. You're not supposed to be bucking at your nigga and be like, nigga, sit down, this is my house, I do whatever the hell I... You know, that's how our women is, though. You're supposed to be sitting there being pretty, man. You're supposed to be sitting there, you know, ducked off somewhere eating grapes, being submissive to your man. You know, yes, my Lord. What else? Is that it? You should be anticipating what your nigga want before he even asks. You know, it's already done. Go ahead. You got something?
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you.
Hey, so this is a curse that was put upon our people for not keeping the commandments. Say that again.
The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground.
And what that's saying, at one point in time when we was hearkening to the Most High, our women's feet, they didn't even touch the ground, man. Read that again.
Which would not adventure to set the sole.
Which would not adventure to touch the sole, go ahead,
of her foot upon the ground for delicateness.
For delicateness. Because y'all supposed to be, y'all delicate and tender, man. But you know, it's another curse. Read up. And I'm going to tell you where y'all get this from. This hard, I say hard heart. You know, that stubbornness, that rebelliousness. Where that comes from. Because y'all like to be the man in the relationship. Y'all like to, hey, y'all like to be, y'all like to be the man. Hey man, you want your man to be the man, but sometimes you want to be the man too, and you looking at him like, nigga, on God. You're not supposed to be like that. You know, that's not right. That's off. And I'm gonna tell you where some of that comes from. In the Bible, it tells you that it'll be single parenthood homes, man. That was a curse put upon our people because we didn't keep the commandments. And you know, by you being a single parent, mother, and you raising up children, you raising up a young boy, you trying to teach him how to be a man. So you got to do mannish things. But that is not how it's supposed to be. Hey, read that.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you,
the man that is tender among you, and what?
And very delicate.
And you know, our men, they supposed to be austere men. They're supposed to be strong men for the Lord, willing to die for the truth. Hey, now they homosexuals. Hey, now they being females. You know, check that out. Check that out. Read that though.
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
And you see our people, their eyes is evil towards their brother. You see somebody and you walking past somebody and they looking you up and down like, nigga, you better not, you know. They ain't even doing nothing. But you see two white men, they walk past each other, how you doing, Bob? You know, is the business going good? Life is great, huh? But you see our man, we damn near eye checking each other like, you know, sizing them up just in case something pop off. Hey, read that again.
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
He said his eyes shall be evil towards his brother. That's what it's saying. Read that again.
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother and toward the wife of his bosom.
He said, and towards his wife. And that's why you got in a relationship, in a marriage, the man always evil towards his wife. You know, he break you down mentally, verbally, spiritually, physically. It get to a point where it's physically too, and you got man laying hands on women. And he punching you in your gut, telling you you ain't shit. You really ain't gonna ever be shit. And you punching her in the eye. And that's what you get that from. That's biblical. Read that again.
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother and toward the wife of his bosom.
And towards the wife of his bosom. And what else?
And toward the remnant of his children.
And towards his kids. Which what?
Which he shall leave.
Which he what?
Which he shall leave.
And that's where you get single parenthood homes. Because men like to be evil towards their brother, their wife, and towards their kids, which he shall leave. So it's prophecy in the Bible that our nation of Israel is going to be a lot of single parent homes where the men leave. And that causes the women to be a man, and you know, and the next thing, a good man come along and you still trying to be a man. You can't let go of what this nigga did to you, and you don't know your role as a woman no more. You trying to be a man. Go ahead.
And to add on to that, you also, if you're dealing with Section 8 housing and stuff like that, the white man tells you, in order for me to help you, you got to get rid of the daddies.
Yeah.
And that's how, and I done dealt with that myself. In order for them to help my girl with daycare and all that, you have to get rid of the daddy. Right. So they're helping fulfill this curse.
Right.
But I got a scripture though. Pull that out right quick. And this is the add-on to what he said.
This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 5, verse 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places.
Right, so this is talking about in the last days what's going to be happening. It says there's going to be chaos in the world. The beast is going to change their habitat. Like you see on videos, certain videos, you see mooses and shit running up and down the streets. They're changing their habitat. And what's the last part?
And it says, and menstruous women.
Menstrual woman that's on her period. It's talking about women.
Shall bring forth monsters.
Right, and that goes into the curse.